In this video, let's talk about if you are a local business, very likely you are on Yelp.com, or you should be if for most local businesses, because that's one of the best sites for it, and Google My Business. If you don't know Google My Business, that's the Google local, that's the Google map that comes up, and you really want to be on the map. So these are pound for pound, whether you like these or not. These are the two of the premier services for local businesses.
This video is brought to you by EpiPies Academy.
Again, what's a local business? It's a business that serves clients within a certain local radius, 5 miles, 10 miles, 20 miles. If it's a local coffee shop, within the local maybe 5 miles. If it's a local liquor store, it's within 5 miles. If it's a construction, within local 30 miles. Sorry, if it's a liquor store, if it's within 5 blocks. So you see, it's different radiuses for different businesses, but the idea is the same. You obviously, if you're in California, if you're a restaurant in California, you're not going to serve, or a doctor in California, you're really mostly not going to serve somebody in Texas. So you focus locally. And for local marketing, Yelp and Google My Business are the premier sites. Additional sites are Angie's List, Thumbtack.com, YellowPages.com, but Yellow and Google are the biggest ones. So these sites, precisely because there's so much money in a local business, in Yelp and Google. For example, if you're a moving company in a city, if you're the first on Yelp, if you're the first on Google, guess what? You're going to be making maybe $1 million plus in your moving company. If you're not on the first page and not on the second page, guess what? You're going to be struggling. It's that much of a difference, and because of that, reviews are really highly spammed and faked on Google My Business, the map, and Yelp. And because of that, these guys had to adapt and become extremely good at identifying fraudulent reviews. Extremely good, smarter beyond what we can guess they can do. So don't buy fake reviews. Don't do reviews with fake accounts. It's so easy for them to determine that. It's just laughably easy. So even the reviews that you incentivize, which is of marginal gray area here, because you can't really incentivize or ask, although you have to read the terms of service of both. And you have to, visit the location. After the customer visits the location, then they know that you visited the location, especially Google, because Google has you, the phone. If you have Android, they have you everywhere. So they know, and all the kind of sites like this share a lot of friend information, so they know who's friends with whom. And so make sure that only get reviews after the customer visited your location. And they don't like that you incentivize or ask for reviews, but I do it. And you should do it to a degree with sensitivity and be very careful, because number one, if somebody doesn't like that you're doing this, if maybe you thought the customer likes your business but they don't, they can go and leave you a very bad review and say that you're incentivizing reviews or asking for it or something like that, and your future customers might see it and they might be very turned off. But you should, I ask my regulars, customers who love my work, the segment of my business is I'm a coach. People hire me locally as a coach, and we meet locally in person. Even though that's a very small part of my business, most of my business is online, selling books, courses, and online coaching. I still do the in-person stuff a little bit. And those guys, I ask them for reviews, of course, but only after I see, this person's getting a lot of help and they're expressing their gratitude. Then I say, I can, maybe we can do a review, and I can even give you a discount. Now I ask discounts, and I give discounts and I give review and ask for reviews for discounts, and I ask friends. You shouldn't, according to Yelp and Google My Business, you shouldn't do that. The reviews should come naturally. But you know what's going to happen if your reviews come naturally? People will mostly like you, but they won't leave reviews. Someone will find some reason to be frustrated with you. Maybe you misunderstood them in a way. Maybe they misunderstood you. Some miscommunication happened, whatever. And guess what? The frustrated people, they're the ones who they need to vent and take out their frustration somewhere, and they're going to go and leave you a bad review. Even if you might be great, like 95 times out of 100, guess what? Those 5 times, They'll let you know about it. And so you have to also influence the reviews. You have to, because your your competitors are, and your bad customers are going to damage you here. So even if you're an amazing quality provider, there's no one pleases 100% of their customers. So um, I would suggest that you very sensitively ask for and incentivize reviews to customers who love you and accumulate that. And in the beginning, ask some friends after very carefully, maybe they visit you, you visit them, so that Google can see, oh, like their IP addresses sort of crossed. Then you can, get friends to review. That's not a long-term strategy. The long-term strategy is to get reviews from customers, maybe incentivizing. But in the beginning, you need to at least have a few 5-star ratings, because otherwise not many people will hire you. So you need to give yourself at least that boost, so that people can feel a little bit better about hiring you. Otherwise, you're going to be buried somewhere on Yelp and Google, and nobody will even discover you. So that's how I'd approach Yelp and Google My Business for a local business.